And then you take a really fine X-Acto knife.
Uh-huh. And you
know,
scrape the reed?
Sorry?
You scrape the reed? Or
No. You don't scrape anything.
Okay.
But you have to have a... I hear these horror stories from around the world, so I'm very cautious because it doesn't take much to fix these things, and it's not an invasive type of thing you need to... If you were to scrape the reed, you would actually be changing
the note.
Exactly, you'd be changing the weight, and all of a sudden it would go out of tune,
Yeah.
and that's not the issue. What you do is, let's say, just as an exaggeration, if you could hold this, this is the blade that goes up and down. And let's say that it's rubbing on this side. All right. Well, actually, you don't know which side it's rubbing on because when you're looking at it, you really can't tell.
Right.
All right. So what I do is I take an X-Acto knife, and I don't mean one of those fat ones, one of the more artistic ones with the really pointed and what you do is you put it right about here. Okay? And then I go like this. And when I go like this, it's going to move it this way. And then I try it out. And if it gets better, cool. Most of the time, it'll fix it. If it doesn't...
So you stick the blade down there, you move it, take the blade out, and then you try it.
You're not scraping anything. You're just
you're just pressuring it.
Oh, well, yeah, what I'm doing is
you're shimming it.
I'm moving it this way and that way just by... And I do this... Everything you do here is slow, iterative motions. Okay. If that didn't work, I tried on the other side. 9/10 of the time I can fix.
And it'll be, if this is the reed, you're talking about midway of the reed?
Yeah, this is the base.
Okay.
I'll put it right about there.
No, this is the front of the reed.
This is the one that's vibrating.
Okay.
And so I'll put it there.
3/4 of the way out.
And then I'll just skew it like this.
Okay.
All right. And what you're doing is realigning it within the hole. It'll fix it. Now, in order to get to it, there are several screws you need to remove.
Yeah.
The first ones are these guys.
One's in the front.
Then these guys.
One's in the back on the key.
These guys. You don't need to take these off. Take these off and lift this whole apparatus off.
That's just to get to the reed.
That's to get to the reed.
We haven't gotten there yet, though. Then you take these off.
Okay, then we take off the white ones.
Wait. Okay, got it.
And underneath here, there are two more screws. They're long screws, about this long. Take those off. All right, so these guys, these guys, and the two underneath here. That allows this to hinge open. Once the hinge is open, you'll see two banks of reeds. You count over which one was the offender.
Two banks, so the base reed is on the bottom?
You'll notice the base reed, yes, is on the bottom, but it's longer than the male reed.
Okay.
So you have a base and male. So when I play a note, two notes are sounding off the base and the male, and you get those overtones. Okay? And then do what we talked about. Both those things constitute about 98% of anything you would have to do, and you can do this at home. If you brought it to me here, we could do it in 5 minutes, so it's not rocket science. But I think what's more important, and I don't, again, mean at all to be presumptuous, but it's how we use the harmonium. Because most people that you observe playing, they're playing in here. And it may be a matter of habit, or it may be a matter of the harmonium that they were accustomed to, because that's how that harmonium played, and what I have to do in order to get air into it. But you have a new instrument that holds air. These folds, they bring in air, and they're your resource. Your consuming resource with the blades of the reeds vibrating. So what you want to do is open up the bellow and play out here. Watch the hand. The hand is like this. I'm not playing from the shoulder like this. I'm playing from my hand. And I use my hand very loosely here. So with your harmonium, you should definitely be able to do this, because I know all those harmoniums are coming.
That's why we picked it, because it did that.
Yes. And so don't play it in here, play it out here, and you'll get so much more enjoyment